There's a future's on its way. We're about to take it over. So are you ready? Are you ready? This is our world. This is our time. Can't stop us now. We have arrived. 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 Can't stop us now. We have arrived. Can't stop us now. We have arrived. 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 We have arrived.
The devil is reeling, my horns are touching the ceiling. So sick and twisted, this feeling, I kinda like that it's killing me. All this weight in my bones, ripping straight through my soul. I'm spinning out of control, spiraling down in a hole. Walls are closing, feeling crazy. See the fire in my eyes, feel it coming, chaos rising. Walking on the wild side. Watch out, watch out. I'm living on the razor's edge. Watch out, watch out. On the razor's edge. Watch out, watch out. Staring down the face of death. Watch out, watch out. On the razor's edge. Swimming in mercury, choke the pressure, it's hard to breathe. Ice inside of my arteries, venom blood is a part of me. Know that I'll never break, I'm not a slave to my fate. Shatter the whole Coliseum and watch me beat off the hate. Walls are closing, feeling crazy. See the fire in my eyes, feel it coming, chaos rising. Walking on the wild side. Watch out, watch out. I'm living on the razor's edge. Watch out, watch out. On the razor's edge. Watch out, watch out. Staring down the face of death. Watch out.
Welcome everyone back to Halo Supercross action with HT Supercross Next, our series dedicated to the up-and-coming Halo racers of the world. Unfortunately, you guys missed out on an awesome heat race number 1 as we were kind of getting the stream put together, but no worries. I will go back in and grab some cool clips that we'll be able to post on the socials to check out that sick 4-way battle we had between Zaya, your winner of the last 3 main events, Brendan, Cat to Be Kidding Me, and Barry Barrows. All those guys finished within about 2 seconds of each other with some lead changes and some side-by-side racing there. So we'll get some cool clips of that to post on the socials. Hopefully we'll have the same thing going on here in heat race number 2. I'm joined, of course, by Opixonic as usual, plus Le Jefe on the...
Hello.
Welcome, Opix. Give us your rundown of that first heat race there.
Well, Zaya looked like he was running away with it, and then suddenly there was one spot on the track that he was just having trouble with, that he kept hitting a gopher or something. So he went down like twice, and that brought everybody in the top 4 back. Brendan was right behind him, then it was Jay Katz, then it was Barry. So the top 4 really in the last couple of laps were just battling for the win, and it was wild. But something you didn't mention, there was a crazy battle between Derbzilla and Mr. Pissed for the final transfer spot, which I believe Mr. Pissed got after Derp unfortunately messed up in like the last section of the last lap. So very unfortunate for him, but Derbzilla definitely looking good as one of the favorites to get out of the LCQ. That being said, Zaya was your winner in Heat 1, followed by Brendan, Cat to Be Kidding Me in 3rd, Barry Barrows in 4th, Mr. Pissed in 5th, and then Derbzilla and Sist, Elite MKB in 7th, and then Nike in 8th. The final 3 in that list will be going to the LCQ as we're getting ready for Heat number 2, Deacon.
Yep, you're going to see heat race number 2 live here for the first time at Thunder Creek in just a moment. So don't go anywhere. Go grab a snack and join us back here for the start of heat race number 2.
I'll be your warrior. I'll Thought I'd be on my way and getting paid $1 million to my name, but here I am now. I picture confidence, the compliments, the list of my accomplishments.
Here we are lined up for the first race of the night that you guys are going to be able to see, but it is Heat 2 here at race number 8, Thunder Creek, a track forged by forging legend God's Regret, now known as Regret, or Mike. I'm sure Regret is watching this one, and he's going to watch with the rest of you guys as the gate drops here in heat race number 2. A slow start on the outside from Chosen, but a good start up the inside from D-Mills NY. Spider Case up the inside was trying to get to that whole shot marker first, but not quite able to make it happen. Chosen off the side of the track there into the river a little bit, which is a feature of this track that we'll see multiple times. Spider already working his way up into the top 5 here, but D-Mills NY, who finished second last week's race at Arturia, looking to swing that momentum back in his direction to hopefully get his first main event victory of the season. Coop Boop right now leading a group of racers that includes your points leader Jabbleston. As we head into this interesting little Dragon's Back, we saw a racer go down in the red armor there. That was the Venom Fouls. He's going to find himself in last place. One of your resident fastest racers in the series is going to have to put in some work to get back into the qualifying positions. Right now we have a on-track battle between Spider and Jab side by side here into this unique sand section, which features a little half step up on the left side there that these guys have to navigate. Final rhythm section here. As Demo's made a mistake out front, it looked like, was able to recover, I believe. Yeah, lost a little bit of time there. So Spider has made the move on Jabbleston up into second place. So it is D-Mills NY, Spider Case, Jabbleston your top 3, Coop Boop, and Squeezoo battling it for the top 5, Optics.
Spider having a great start here, battling with your points leader in Jab for second right now. Spider, we were talking about.
Your leader just had a huge mistake into the river there. We saw Squeezoo with a mistake. Now
Wes is falling into the river in HT Supercross Next.
Good reference. Jabbleston finds himself in the lead now. Your points leader, winner of the first 4 races in the series, has surrendered some of that championship momentum to Zaya, who after a tumultuous first heat race was able to hold it on just barely over Brendan. So Jab trying to match the heat race victory from his championship rival right now. The Venom Fallacy at the back end of this train in the red there, going to be looking for him to make up some passes here, to make up some positions, I should say, as we jump over this interesting little bridge obstacle into kind of a Dragon's Back. You jump all the way over it. Rhythm section here, you can go all the way over the table, single into an off camber, and then like we said, we have this interesting little sand section here. Back up front, it's still Jab leading Spider Case and D-Mills NY. Spider a little sketchy at the end of that rhythm section, but still keeping your points leader honest. D-Mills has worked his way a little bit closer to these guys after that mistake, and a battle for 5th place right now as Dom and Chosen are battling it out for the final transfer spot. Chosen into the back of him. Venom now going to be up the inside. Red versus blue. Shout out to Rooster Teeth into the first corner here as these guys go under the whole shot marker. Dom P2111 finds himself in the final transfer spot right now, but he's under some serious fire now from the Venom Fallacy, who has already podiumed in this season multiple times.
Venom Fallacy with a rough start to this race, but is currently hard charging his way through the field. You would think that he has the pace to easily get into the main just from this without any issues. Jabbleston currently extending his lead over Spider Case. Spider Case looked like he was going to be one of the stronger riders, and it shows right now. He put in the laps and the work on this track, and he is currently running super well. He's got D-Mills on white breathing down his neck. Meanwhile, Jabbleston, this is a very crucial race for the championship for both Jabbleston and Zaya. It needs to be said. Jabbleston needs to right the ship. Zaya's won 3 in a row. Jabbleston looking to take the momentum back as we get into the last race before we start seeing drop races for these guys. And this championship has quite frankly gotten super close over the past few weeks with Zaya's run. This is going to be a crucial race, and I'm very interested to see how it's going to pan out, especially if we see Jabbleston winning this heat and we see them as the top 2 starting in the main event.
Yeah, a critical race for the championship, to your point, Optics. Jab looking to stop Zaya's momentum. Zaya looking to match Jabbleston in wins, which I don't think any of us expected. Battle for 4th right now, and the Venom Fallacy just got around Coop, but I wanted to give Coop Boop a shout out as he still sits in a transfer spot. So I'm doing a creative line on track. We'll keep an eye on him here unless something crazy happens up front. Let's keep an eye on this battle between the Venom Fallacy and Coop Boop, the racer in red battling the racer in white there. That is 4th and 5th. I like what Coop is doing into the sand section that your leaders are getting to right now. So we have this little interesting wheelie tap obstacle, another obstacle there. After this rhythm section, we'll see if Coop goes back inside. A lot of these guys are rolling this sand section. Whoa, Coop makes a mistake. He's actually going to be off the goose. Right. Good thing that we were watching him. But he actually wasn't able to do it there because Dom was right in front of him. But Coop is actually jumping that first little roller there and still able to double on top of the table. Let's keep an eye here on the battle for second because D-Mills made an aggressive move up the inside and actually got pushed a little bit off of Spider Case into the obstacle there on the starting straight. So some unorthodox pieces used for tough blocks here, not our usual column pieces, but some of these different barrier type of pieces that are a little hard to see. They kind of blend into the track sometimes, so you got to be careful with those. But these racers know how to navigate that. Big gap between D-Mills and the Venom Fallacy, P3 and P4, and now Dom finds himself in the final transfer spot. Battle behind him is Squeezoo, Coop Boop, and Chosen, so no one getting left behind in this heat race. Everyone's still kind of on the same page here, battling it out for these transfer spots.
Javelson's lead continuing to grow.
Oh, Spider with a mistake there, and D-Mills is back into the second place spot. I think if these guys go a little bit too fast or try to turn a little bit too early on that obstacle after the little bridge wheelie tap section, it can catch them out, get the front end a little bit high, turn the mongoose. So you got to be real patient over that obstacle. Not necessarily something by design, but something that can happen when you have a lot of pieces interacting with each other in forge mode. The mongoose suspension sometimes doesn't like that, so you got to be aware of that. On your practice laps, know that that's something that can happen and work to avoid that. Jabelston working to avoid doing what he just did right there, which is casing that first jump over the river on this track here. Thunder Creek, again made by God's Regret. Lots of jumps over that middle river there. I promised that this map looked a lot prettier before we had to go in and make it super ugly so that none of the pieces would despawn. Want to give a shout out also to Motion 12F. I missed him in my rundown earlier. Looks like he's struggling a little bit with this track right now. Some technical spots, you got to carry the speed in certain ways, and he's working to figure that out right now, but he has the leaders coming up to the back of him. So Jabelston going to probably give the blue flag there to Motion at some point as he is being dogged down right now by D-Mills NY, and Spider Case still right there holding down third in front of the Venom Fallacy and Dom in that last transfer spot.
And Wes is trying to catch him with almost a minute to go left in this heat. We're probably going to be going to 8 laps again here as we see Chosen flipping in the back.
Boop and Chosen went down. I think Chosen hit the same, we call it a gopher, just as kind of like a funny term, because the gophers will come up out of the ground. It almost feels like that's what happens when something comes up and grabs your mongoose and has it react in a way that you're not wanting it to. So must have hit that same interesting little gopher on that obstacle that Spider had hit. So these guys got to figure out why that's happening, work the left trigger, work the throttle, and make sure they're going straight to be able to avoid that kind of outcome. Jabelston trying to get an outcome of his own, which is another heat race victory. But he has D-Mills closing in on him. Remember D-Mills?
The river jump. Here comes Wes for the transfer spot. Oh!
That is the transfer spot. I think Dom might have put Wes into the pole right there. So these guys battling it out hard. Dom not prepared to surrender that final transfer spot just yet. And Squeezoo is going to have to put on another challenge here with about 5 seconds plus a lap to go. These guys are going to be ending on 8.
Yeah, we're seeing some crazy transfer spot battles here. Game type, there it is in the UI. We are ending on 8. Where is Jab?
And that is not a comfortable lead for your not a comfortable lead for your leader at all. Jabelston's got to hold it consistent for one more lap, and that is an important battle. But also keeping an eye on the battle between Dom and Squeezoo, because that is for the final transfer spot there in 5th, going through the final rhythm section.
And Wes is going to be
Squeezoo with a better run, tries to cut inside. Dom cuts off the corner right there. Squeezoo going to go out to in right here, carry the speed into the finish line, hoping to clear it a little bit better. Cuts to the inside one more time. Got that inside braking bump kind of in his way right there. Lead battle still equal distant apart to what we saw before, so we want to watch this battle for 5th as they both jump over the river right there. Gonna have to deal with the lap traffic ahead, Motion. Hopefully we'll get out of the way for those guys into the rhythm section, and then a long turning whoop section under and over under. So a very interesting set of obstacles here on this track. Up front, your leader has about 2 sections, 4 corners to go to hold on for this heat race, but D-Mills is doing everything in his power to try to make this last lap pass happen. So far, hasn't been able to do it.
just came up short on the Dragon's back. Raised whoop, and Wes has taken the last transfer spot.
Meanwhile, Jabelson up front will hold it on for the heat race win over D-Mills NY. Spider Case and the Venom Fallacy are in as well, but who will get the final spot? Squeezu and Dom. We saw that Dom made a mistake just a couple of corners ago, but to the inside right here, doesn't go for the kill. Squeezu, if he can keep it consistent on this rhythm section, and he doesn't, he might case this final jump a little bit. Dom up the inside, couldn't quite make it happen. Jumps into the
inside,
double,
couldn't make it.
Just barely couldn't make it happen. And Squeezu, by the skin of his chinny chin chin, is going to hold it on for that final transfer spot in front of Dom. Chosen, Motion 12F coming around there, a lap down, and Coop Boop, who held down 3rd or 4th for quite a bit in this one, unfortunately going to end up towards the back half of the pack right there. But a great race from your leaders. Again, another close heat race. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come here in the main event, Optics.
Yep. Jabelston, Zaya, your top 2 championship protagonists, your 2 heat winners, the first 2 to pick their gates in the main. Wes just getting in by a nose into the main event. This LCQ is going to be fun. 6 riders in the LCQ, 4 spots up for grabs. What's going to happen, Deacon?
Yeah, there you go. We're talking about the main event already, but still one more qualifying race before we get to that main. We have an LCQ coming up where we're going to take the last 4 racers to join the rest of your field in that main event. We'll see you when we line them up on the gate for that last chance qualifier.
I'll be your warrior. I'll be Thought I'd be on my way and getting paid $1 million to my name, but here I am now. I pictured confidence, the compliments, the list of my accomplishments didn't work out. The life I thought I'd have, but now I'm nowhere close. It's way too loud up in my head. I can't get out. I try again. I'm stuck somehow. Push and pull. The tension is killing me. Self-imposed. The pressure, the misery. Holding on is holding me back from what I want and what I don't have. I won't get out alive. I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. Caught up in unrealistic expectations, hostage in negotiations, and never winning. How can I fake it till I make it if I'm suffocating, pulses racing, never ending? The life I thought I'd have, but now I'm nowhere close. It's way too loud up in my head. I can't get out. I try again. I'm stuck somehow. Push and pull. The tension is killing me. Self-imposed. The pressure, the misery. Holding on is holding me back from what I want and what I don't have. I won't get out alive. I'm paralyzed. I'm push and pull. The tension is killing me. Yes, self-imposed pressure, it's misery. Love and war, I've walked the line. I've held my tongue 1,000 times. Sometimes the truth is far from kind. And I feel the heat burning when it all goes up in flames. And it
Despite what you would see when looking at the lineup of racers here in the LCQ or looking at the leaderboard, there are no teams here in HT Supercross Next, but a wide array of whites and blacks and blues fill the LCQ lobby here, as we're going to be taking 4 of these 7 racers to join your top 5 from the heats in the main event. Let's see that gate drop. A quick gate there and a good reaction from Derpzilla with the flaming helmet on the inside. But sneaking up the inside is Elite. I think Derp is still going to get that whole shot, but Motion 12F around the outside after doubling in. But then he cases the jump over the river
Coop
there,
gets
and Coop
nailed.
goes down as well. Coop gets a really bad get off there as he's off the mongoose and going to have to come from last place. Elite MKB makes the pass on Derpzilla up at the front. They're leading Nike, Dom, P2111, and Motion after casing that first river jump there, finds himself just on the outside looking in 5th. He's got Chosen and Coop Boop looking to chase him down. Chosen already trying to get up the inside. His brother-in-arms there in the blue armor. Oh, Motion really aggressive up the inside. Took the line completely away from Chosen, and Coop is going to get a free double pass out of that. So kind of a really aggressive move there from Motion right off the get-go, trying to make it happen once again on Chosen. I appreciate his tenacity, but it is a learning curve to try to figure out how to race aggressive and clean here in Halo, because we don't have all of the options available to us that a normal dirt bike would on a Supercross track. Meanwhile, this battle up front is getting really good as Nike there, HT Supercross rookie, actually makes his way past Elite MKB and up into second. Cases the finish line a little bit. Those guys battling hard on the berm, a little bit of a block pass there. Elite around the outside is going to have inside control into the first rhythm section right here. Watch out for Dom, though, around the outside. He's going to double, and then double one more time over the river. So the top four right now all trying to work with each other to get into this main event, and they have a decent-sized gap over Coop Boop there in fifth.
Yep, the Coop Boop definitely has the pace and the consistency enough to catch up to these guys, especially if they start battling. For these top four, I mean, just don't battle. You are line astern. Just don't mess up. But that's a hard thing to ask, for these guys when you're racing this close. As we see, ooh, yep, a little move to the inside here.
Oh, that was not a wise decision there from Dom. He wasn't sure exactly what he wanted to do, tried to go for the block pass, backed out of it, and he's going to lose a ton of time in this rhythm section. Coop already on the backside of Dom there for the final transfer spot, and the battle is on between Dom and Coop to get into this main event. Swapping the lines here, but Dom doesn't get enough of that off-camber berm, so he cases the double out of the off-camber. Up the inside, almost made contact there on Coop. I was bracing for impact. I'm sure Coop was there, seeing Dom come in from the right side of his screen there. But Coop now going outside. Oh, doesn't choose to double. I can't believe that. He went outside and then still chose to roll, and that's going to surrender the spot right back to Dom. So kind of putting the wheel in, maybe pressured Coop, maybe put a bit of fear into him to think that he needed to roll that. So now these guys, once again, the battle is on for the final transfer. Coop going to be a little bit long right there, and he comes up short on the river jump as a result. But these guys not too far off of Nike and Elite up there in P2 and P3 as well.
Nike
and
was
don't look
not...
now, but Chosen actually may be the fastest racer on track, because he's coming up there to P4 and P5 as well.
I was going to say, Nike was not feeling super confident after his heat, but right now he's riding really well, and he's holding on to a very safe spot in third. The battle is between these three, between Dom, Coop, and now Chosen. As you said, fastest driver on track, had a rough start to this race, but here he comes. He's got a shot at it with 2:42 to go. I mean, anything's possible here. All five of these guys are basically together.
Yeah, Derpzilla wants nothing to
gone.
do with this battle behind him. He unfortunately got passed with 2 corners to go in his heat race that put him into the LCQ, but kind of a resurrection, a justification ride there for the racer with the flaming helmet. Meanwhile, the battle for the final transfer is Coop and Dom. Coop has made his way back around Dom, but I don't think Dom is done with that position quite yet. Chosen with a mistake, but he's trying to stay right there from 6th as well. So 6 racers vying for 4 spots here. Around the outside goes Dom one more time. That line is working really well for him. The racer with the purple secondary armor there, up over the over-under. He's got that wet work visor, the wet work helmet, I should say, with the visor that you would never be able to see out of. So I'm not sure how this guy is competing, because he may as well be blind. But Coop Boop trying to make his way back around Dom there. I don't know if Dom's going to get all of this double. Yeah, cases a little bit. Coop up the inside. Really aggressive. Dom did a good job to cut it off, but he's ending over the front there. Got a little impatient on the Dragon's back. You got to be patient on that jump, or else you're going to hang the rear wheel just barely up over the top and then endo over the front of the Mongoose there. But Coop, even though he's made his way into this 4th place spot, it is not safe yet, because now Dom is back on the charge and he's bringing Chosen with him.
Yeah, Dom, even with that mistake, he didn't really lose that much time, and this is still well in play for pretty much everybody here on your screen. Nike holding on to 3rd, having a good ride. Elite not too far ahead of that, though. So even Elite, even though he's in 2nd, I wouldn't say he's completely safe yet. It's really these sits for these final 3 spots. As Derpzilla, after having a heartbreaker at the end of the first heat tonight, he is running away with this LCQ. He has nothing to worry about. He can make a mistake and still hold the lead at this point. Ooh, Coop, is he going to make the jump? Barely.
Coop and Dom made a mistake, but Dom got the worst of it there. I thought that Dom was going to be able to make up quite a bit of time in that section, but ends up having a mistake of his own, and now he's got to deal with the pressure behind him from 6th place Chosen. Looks like, I think Motion got stuck off the side of the track there, and he's looking to try to get the Mongoose unstuck. Was able to do it there, thankfully, so no one has to come in to intercede on his behalf. But Derp with a huge lead right now, again making up for that last lap of the heat race. He's going to be in the main event safely, but really nobody else is safe at this point, as Nike is making a little mistake in the rhythm section right there. Coop is trying to get himself off of the bubble, which he does right there if he can keep it around the left side of this interesting split whoop section that we have. So now it's going to be the job of Nike to hold on and derp cross the finish line. So these guys are going to have 2 laps to go. And that is going to be a huge difference, actually. So 2 more laps for this crazy battle as these guys are looking to get past Motion there. Again, going a lap down. Motion, this is his first time in HT Supercross with the HT Supercross Next series and still figuring things out. But love that he is continuing to show up consistently. So he's going to go back around so he can clear that finish line jump. But the battle is on right here between Nike, Dom, and the rest of the field. Chosen has fallen off of this group a little bit. So I think it's going to be this 4-way battle right here for 3 spots, Optics.
Yeah, I think Elite's running consistently enough that he should be able to hold on to second, especially if Coop, Nike, and Dom are going to be battling here. It's really Nike and Dom battling for this last transfer position right now. Dom is looking to the outside. It's not going to find room there. He's not going to cut back. He's just going to tuck in line behind Dom.
Oh, Dom's got the better run right here and up the inside. A great switch back there from the racer in white and purple. And he gets up into the lead, almost over the back of the berm. As a result, was carrying so much speed into that corner. So here they go into the sand section. Nike still right there on the prowl. Can he make a pass back here with about 2 corners plus a lap to go? Your leader just got the white flag that we saw on the bottom left. Can Dom keep it consistent to make another main event, or will we see the rookie Nike make one more pass to find himself into the main event here at Thunder Creek?
Any one of these 4 make a huge mistake on this last lap, and they could be finding themselves out of this. It is that close. Coop is now challenging Elite for second. Ooh, are they going to be okay? Yeah, they're fine.
Oh,
Nike's falling back a little bit.
He does see bounce the double over the river there. That was huge to keep him in range if one of these guys makes a big mistake. If any of these 4 racers fall off the goose, that might be all she wrote. Elite trying to make his way back up the inside. Got to be careful battling here on the final lap. You do not want to surrender any unnecessary spots or time. Coop, with a great ride, moves back into second. Remember, I think he went down at the beginning of this one and has made his way all the way back up into second. Not going to be catching your leader, Derpzilla, but it looks like his spot is safe here. But I don't want to say anything too soon. Elite choosing to cut to the inside there.
That crazy spot.
Dom almost over the front of the goose right there. Nike is doing everything he can there in that light blue armor to make up time on Dom with just about 1 rhythm section to go. Got to keep it clean and consistent right here as Derpzilla takes the LCQ victory win. What?
Here
Victory
we go.
win.
This is it. They're going to try.
Looks like
to
they're keeping it safe. No flips
Nike's
right there.
Double,
and
no
Nike's
shot.
going to come up just short, unfortunately. But a great ride out of Nike there, especially compared to what we saw in the heat race, as we were seeing some text chat encounters happening there. Sorry about that. Our apologies. So it is going to be Derpzilla, Coop Boop, Elite MKB, and Dom making it into the main event. A great race from Nike, keeping those guys honest. Chosen, unfortunately, finds himself in 6th and will be out of this thing as well. And Motion. One more time, want to shout out Motion there. Again, one of our newer racers. Just really hard to get the consistency and make sure that those wheels stay in alignment, but Motion is going to continue to come back and give it his best shot, and I'm sure these guys will be eager to help him out as well. So that's your top 4 from the LCQ. We will see you in the main event when we stack them up 14 racers wide to drop the gate.
held my tongue 1,000 times. Sometimes the truth is far from kind, and I feel the heat burning when it all goes up in flames. When it all goes up in flames. When it all goes up in flames. See the fire in my eyes and watch me rise. Now I'm the storm behind the quiet. It's the calm before the riot. There was a time I tried to hide it, but I feel the heat burning when it all goes up in flames. When it all goes up in flames. When it all goes up in flames. See the fire in my eyes and watch me rise. Watch me rise. See the fire in my eyes. Watch me rise. Watch me rise.
Race number 8 of 10 in HT Supercross Next finds us at Thunder Creek, forged by God's Regret, his best attempt at a competitive Supercross track, and we have seen competitive Supercross racing so far tonight. Can Zaya match Jab's 4 in a row? Can Jab answer back, or will we have a new winner here at race number 8? Jab to the inside, pushing everyone wide. All of your main competitors got pushed nearly over the berm, and Elite MKB gets the whole shot, but it's Barry Barrows, Spider Case out front. Jab somehow, after all of that, finds himself in third, and Derp, and then a gap back to the rest of your field. Zaya, who has won the last 3, finds himself towards the back of the pack, only in front of 3 racers. Cat to be kidding me and D Mills are in last and second to last.
Oh my god! Well,
but it is very up front. It's Jab. Oh my gosh! The Venom Fallacy just flew over those guys. Holy moly, he is black screened and out of this one. Jab just went through the front door. If Tyler lags out of this one, yeah, I think we're
He has lagged out.
I think we have to just call a restart on this. Unfortunately, we already have a lag out. We have to call a restart on this.
Game
Oh
over.
my goodness, you hate to see that. That was an absurd start to our first attempt of a main event, the Venom fallacy out of it, and that is going to be a saving grace for Zaya and Cat to Be Kidding Me and D-Mills NY, and a horrible undertaking for Barry
Bad break.
Barrows, who got the whole shot and was looking to get a podium finish for free almost. We're going to get the Venom fallacy back in here and re-rack him for another start.
He's actually live. Hello everyone, so this is after the restart, and I apologize if my mic sounds like crap. My internet's down, so I'm literally, I have my headset plugged into a phone to broadcast this with Deacon. So after Venom lagged out on the first lap, that is a full restart, so everybody's now checking out the track. We were having some issues with pieces disappearing before the night's.
Game over.
Oh, really? We've been live this whole time? All right. Okay. We're back one more time here. Race number 8. It was an insane start to the first attempt of the main event. That could be a saving grace for Zaya, D-Mills, Cat To Be Kidding Me. We'll see if these guys have learned their lesson and are able to navigate this first corner any differently. Will we see another hole shot from Elite MKB from almost the very outside? Let's drop the gate and find out here. Race 8, Thunder Creek. Jab with a good start. D-Mills had the best jump. He's going to push wide, and D-Mills this time will get the whole shot. A totally different race for him. Mr. Piss went down trying to double on the first lap, and it's going to be side-by-side between 3 of your championship favorites, Jabbleston, D-Mills NY, Zaya around the outside, trying to make a 2-for-1 pass. Couldn't make it happen. He's going to be over the back of Brendan. Fortunately not off the goose, but Kitty around him as well. Zaya has dropped into the mid-pack, and Jabbleston is trying to take his 5th victory of the season. D-Mills NY and Brendan with probably his best start of the season so far in 3rd. The Venom Fallacy there is tucking to the inside. We're seeing Jab, D-Mills, NY, and Brendan, your top three. Spider Case with another good start. Kitty and Zaya side by side right now into the off-camber. Both of those guys going wide. Derpzilla as well. Tons of battles. The Venom Fallacy in the red is swinging around the outside of the whoop section right here. These rollers going to cut inside. He's bringing Barry Barrows with him. Unfortunate for Barry after a good start in the first attempt of the main event, but it is going to be Jabbleston barely leading them on lap 1 in front of D-Mills. Spider Case has made up a position or two. I think we might have lost someone in all the chaos there, but Spider is now in front of Zaya and the Venom Fallacy. I think he was there the whole time, but those guys have gotten a little bit closer. Zaya to the inside already trying to make a move. Kitty trying to respond around the outside, but Zaya looks like he has that pass. This is the California versus California battle we saw a couple weeks ago. Relit right here into the whoop section. Those guys go equal distant between your top 4 right now, but a battle for 5th place. Spider Case not done with Cat to Be Kidding Me just quite yet. He's going to make his way up the inside through the whoops and back into the top 5 position. I'm wondering if I have a co-commentator right now or if his mic is muted. Understandable. Have a nice day. I do not have a commentator right now. So it is Jab out front, followed by D-Mills NY and Brendan. Let's check it out. Cat to Be Kidding Me going outside here. Unorthodox line. We saw another mistake from Zaya, and the Venom Fallacy is now putting a ton of pressure on him. Another California duel right there. Jab up front has made a little bit of distance between himself and D-Mills NY in second, and these guys are going to have to settle it down just like I'm trying to settle it down in the booth here. Look at all these guys coming through the rhythm section. Barry up the inside trying to make the pass on the Venom Fallacy and make his way around the outside, I should say, of Coop Boop. Venom Fallacy goes down off of Coop Boop. Did not anticipate that one. Still going down, and the Venom Fallacy finds himself in 13th place right here. Dom really far back. I'm not sure how Dom got all the way back there, but the Venom Fallacy is not going to be happy with the way that those events unfolded. Landed on the back of Coop, who is battling it out with Derpzilla right now. Still a fight between Spider and Cat to Be Kidding Me. That is for the 5th place spot. Kitty wants to make his way around these guys and get into the podium positions, but Spider is not letting him go quite yet. A great battle right there between a long-standing HT Supercross veteran and Cat to Be Kidding Me and a newer Supercross racer in Spider Case. Spider, not a new racer in terms of Halo at all, has been around for many years, but in terms of competitive Supercross, this is a little bit of a new venture for him. Zaya, your winner of your last 3 racers, is trying to get up the inside right there. Did a great maneuver there to swing the back end out wide. He's going to have inside control at the end of this rhythm section, but Spider speeding around the outside couldn't make it happen. Zaya up into P6 right there, or P5 make it, and Cat to Be Kidding Me has gotten a little bit closer to the podium position there with Brendan. Look at Coop Boop and Derpzilla, these guys battling it out for what I believe to be around the 8th or 9th place position. Battles all over the track. I'm not getting any respite right now because I think I'm the only one in here commentating, so I'll do my best to cover everything that I'm seeing right now. And what I'm seeing is that D-Mills NY is putting on a serious charge to try to get his first victory of this HT Supercross Next series. Was leading multiple of our preseason races, was probably the championship favorite coming into this season, but mistake after mistake, mental error after mental error has taken him out of the championship. He's looking to make a claim back into that title fight right now. I'm not sure if he'd be able to do it. He would need some serious work to try to win out and hope for some mistakes from these other guys. But a crazy 3-way fight right now behind them as Zaya has gotten around Spider Case, and Barry's now trying to do the same thing. Last minute, cutting to the outside there is Barry Barrows in the blue armor. Remember, he had such a good start in the first attempt of our main event, but unfortunately has to make some work from the back of the pack as Zaya made a mistake. Spider got into the back of him, and that's going to be a free pass for Barry up the inside. Barry gets put into the pole a little bit because he had so much speed coming off the double. Both of those guys are casing. Spider Case up around the outside. I have a co-commentator back.
Hey, my mic's working. My phone was trying to connect to Wi-Fi that didn't exist, so
all
that's
right.
why you couldn't hear me.
We've connected to the Wi-Fi, and Jake, Cat to Be Kidding Me, has connected back to the podium as he finds himself past Brendan, but with a lot of work in front of him. Cat to Be Kidding Me had a lot of pace in the heat race, but we'll see if it's enough to make up this about 5 to 6 second gap between himself and your leader, Jabbleston. D-Mills, of course, still sitting in second. Zaya back in the top 5, but after a wild opening series of laps. Zaya is not in his usual leading from the front position. We'll see if he can use this next 14 and a half minutes to make up as many spots as possible, or will the pressure start to get to the racer in white, looking to condense that points lead even further here with 3 races to go left in our series.
Well, he's not going to be condensing it as it turns out right now because Javelson is doing. Oh, Jake!
The rhythm section, I don't know if we caught it, but the from the rider in teal, and that's going to put Brendan in orange back into a podium position. Brendan had a 3rd place finish, actually I think make it a 2nd place finish at our opening round at Hammer Point Stadium, but has not been able to get back on the podium since then, looking to change that outcome right now. But he's got a hungry and probably a pretty feisty Cat to Be Kitten Me right behind him after that mistake in the rhythm section. Meanwhile, the battle up front through the whoop section, there's almost nothing in it between Jabelston and D-Mills NY. This is the race, the ride that we've been looking for out of D-Mills the whole season, and I think he's got Jab feeling the pressure a little bit right now as we see some mistakes out of your points leader.
And if you're Javelson, it's not the worst case scenario because Zaya he's mired in the pack. That being said, Zaya makes a spot or 2 up. He gets the 3rd. It's not out of the question that this could be a net result. I mean, still, if you're Javelson, Zaya not winning is huge for you in terms of the championship because you have the win advantage on him. You have probably the drop race advantage on him because right now Zaya is holding on to a 16 that he's not going to be able to drop. So Javelson, as long as he finishes top 2, it's going to be very good for his championship. But he wants to win. He wants to take control of this championship. He wants one hand on the trophy. But you have a hungry Darian Miller looking to get his first win in this HTSX next season, as Brendan holding on to 3rd, having a fantastic race right now, trying to hold on to 3rd against Cats. Be kidding me? And then you see Zaya just trying to make up whatever time he can with 12:44 left to go in the main event.
Yeah, Zaya doing what he can to keep that top 5, the top 4 positions in his sight. He's still within a little bit of a striking distance if Brendan or Cat to Be Kitten Me were to go down or have a huge mistake in one of these long rhythm sections. The win is probably out of the question right now. You hate to say that with so much time left in the race, but just the way that these things go, it would need to be a huge mistake from your 2 racers up front, potentially taking themselves both out of the race for Zaya to make it 4 in a row. But crazier things have happened. We still have 12 minutes plus a lap. D-Mills NY is putting on a serious charge right now. Cat to Be Kidding Me around the outside in the off camber. He's been liking this outside line all day. It's going to set him up the inside here in the rhythm section. So we'll have to see if Brendan can downside each of these jumps perfectly to hold on to that podium spot. Cat to Be Kidding Me is going to have a single into the corner.
Oh my God.
Brendan went long to try to defend it and went a little too long, got the front end down into the base plate there of our map here at Thunder Creek, and Cat to Be Kidding Me gets back into the 3rd place spot. Zaya is putting in a hard charge right now to make it up to those 2 as they continue to battle for the 3rd place spot.
Yeah, it looked cool for Brendan, but that's definitely not going to be optimal as Jake now takes 3rd. Meanwhile, Javelson holding on to about a 2-second lead here over D-Mills. D-Mills having a fantastic ride here, and we've been thinking it. He wants to get a win. We thought he had one of the best chances to be a championship contender. The season just has not panned out that way for Darian, but a win here at Thunder Creek would absolutely be huge for him. But Javelson, again, it would be even bigger for him because 5 wins on the season. You talk about potentially really taking control of this championship after Zaya's been making the run he's been making. But he's got a long way to go. We're not even halfway through this.
Yeah, Zaya is putting in some good laps right now, inching closer and closer to the back of Brendan and Cat to Be Kidding Me. A 3rd place would do him well, but like we're saying, it's not going to do you that well if Jabelston is back to his winning ways as he's pulling away from D-Mills NY in 2nd right now. And if you're Jabelston, the points leader, this is exactly the type of race that you were looking for. Get back on the top of the box, not just settling for these top 5s or the podium, but showing that you are still the guy to beat in this series. And he's pulling away from the rest of your field right now. The battle for 3rd, about equal distance between Brendan in 4th and the 2 racers on either side of him. Cat to Be Kidding Me in front, and Zaya now behind. Zaya is putting in a hard charge right now. He might get both of these guys before this race is over.
Yeah, Zaya looking very, very fast. Brendan now is going to be defending. Brendan, again, having a great race here, holding on to 4th. But Zaya is going to be hungry. He is trying to salvage anything he can because a bad enough finish here. We talked about how he has 2 16 points, 2 6th place finishes, and the lag out that he had at Black Rock, I believe. So he's going to have to use one of those, in his points total. He can't drop 3 races. You only drop your worst 2 finishes in the series out of 10 races.
Side by side, Zaya goes to the outside before the rhythm section. Brendan's got to grease this inside line if he has any hope to hold on to 4th place. This could be another spot lost. It looks like he's challenging Zaya, going to swing it wide around the outside, gets over the top of the double, and a great move right there. Can he clear the finish line? He is able to, and gets to the inside. Great maneuvering, great skills on the Mongoose there from Zaya, the winner of your last 3, to make it into 4th. Can he and Cat to Be Kitten Me start to work together here to reel in the top 2? Because Cat to Be Kitten Me is not too far off of D-Mills NY right now. Maybe some mistakes from D-Mills NY on the past couple of laps, and Zaya is trying to go with him, make it a California charge to the front.
D-Mills definitely lost a couple of seconds in the previous lap or 2, and now here comes Cat. I mean, this is all to play for. Zaya, if he can get 2nd out of this with 9 minutes to go, it is not out of the question. It would be a huge recovery drive, but again, Jab, as long as he wins, that's going to be huge for him. This race is very far from over.
Brendan just went down. I think he...
Especially with...
I think Brendan is now the one that's lagging out. These guys got to be careful to avoid him. So I'm going to hop over into that and make sure that they know what's going on here.
And that was about at 8:40 on the timer, I want to say. Yep, there it is. Brendan has lagged out of the game. Our second lag out, our second red flag of the event here, as Venom had the issues on lap 1, as everybody has stopped except for that guy in the back who has no idea what's... Yep, there he is. There, I just did not hear that message. That is all well and good. So, second red flag of the race here. And this time we are not going to be restarting, as we are well into this race here. About 8.5 minutes left to go until we hit the white flag. As we shout out to Spec Ops 2574, and he's gone. Anyway. So, Jeff, if you are there, what have you been seeing in this race as Deacon gets everything organized? All right, fair enough. This has been a crazy race. I think Zaya definitely has a chance here. We're trying to look at where everybody is here. Jake is like outside the map. I mean, some of the pieces are obviously disappearing. Okay, Jake is right there. Zaya is not too far away from Jake here. I mean, we're going to see how these guys pan out. I mean, Barry is definitely closer to Zaya than he should be. Yeah, Brendan's going to be, right behind him. I mean, Brendan's probably going to be basically where Barry is, where Barry was at the end of that jump. Here's D-Mills looking to, right the ship here. A 2nd place finish for D-Mills here obviously would be huge. He's been riding a good wave of momentum. He's just been looking for that win. Just a reminder before we get started again, as Brendan finds himself, Jablston currently with 153 points in the standings with 4 wins. Zaya with 137. However, his first drop race would be his lag out, his 8 points at Blackrock, which would be about a 7 or 8 point swing. So realistically, the points, it's basically like a 7 or 8, 9 point difference. If I'm doing the math, I did the math earlier and I already forgot. But again, if Jablston wins, that is going to be huge, where Jablston will now have 5 wins and basically one hand on the trophy. I don't know if it'll be automatically clinched at that point. I haven't been able to do the math, as Brendan is going to find his spot at the end of the start-finish jump. And we will see what we're going to do here in terms of laps. We did stop at about 8:40, so we have lost, as of now, almost 3 minutes of race time. So in terms of how many laps we're going to add to this at the end, we will see. As we are waiting for Deacon to get everything organized, we will see what the ruling is in terms of how this race is going to continue and how long it is going to go. As we are in our 2nd red flag of the event, Venom Fallacy having the lag out on lap 1 of the initial start, that constituted a full restart of the race, which for some of these riders I think was a blessing, because there was absolute carnage in that first corner after the whole shot. Jablston, though, he's not phased in both the first start and this restart. He has looked very good. He has had the lead in both instances and is currently holding about a 4-second lead as it stands.
5 minutes remain.
Game saying 5 minutes remaining. We will see how many laps we are actually doing here, as we are coming up on about 4 minutes on this red flag. as we are getting some very good shots here of Jabelson. Okay, got to be kidding me, in third and back. There you see Darian, just about, again, a few seconds behind him. There's Venom Valsey, who is back. Is that Venom Valsey backwards in the corner? I don't know what's going on there, but anyway. Darian looking for his first win. 2 second places on the season, 2 third places on the season. But he wants that win. He wants to get at least 1 win before this HTSX next season is over with. But tonight he's going to have to make a charge to get it from Jabelson, who looks very, very strong and is back on form after Zaya's 3 in a row in the last 3 weeks. Gatsby Kidney in third, currently 4th in the standings, but does have a 0 for a drop race, so we will see if that moves him up in the standings. He is very much battling with D-Mills for that 3rd place spot in the standings. In 4th is Zaya, who coming into this race had won 3 races in a row with 137 points, 2nd in the standings. This is not the race he was looking for. He was looking to ride the momentum and match Jabs 4 in a row. He's going to need a miracle to really salvage this. Brendan having a great race right now. He's 8th in standings, but looking for a top 5. He does have a podium at the first race in the season, which was at Hammer Point. I have the doc up. As we go to 6th place in Barry Barrows, rookie of the season last season in HTSX, as the game is going to end. So looks like we are going to try to full restart and stagger start. Everybody's going to remember where they are, I'm going to assume, as we have reset the game. We will see how much time we have left. Deacon will explain the finer details, but I'm assuming we are going to be restarting with about 8.5 minutes left in the main event, plus 1 lap. We will do the calculations. We didn't have the game type for a long time, so we know how to calculate times and laps and all that stuff. So whatever happens, we'll see how it goes as everybody shifts back into their positions where they were. And once Deacon gets here, we will see how this is going. We have lost about 6 minutes here in this, so again, Brendan's lag out was at about 8 minutes and 40 seconds left on the game timer, so we will see how much time that we actually end up having. Probably going to round it off to 8.5 minutes, I would say, if I had to guess. We are doing a full staggered start, as it turns out. I guess people were just not able to line up, possibly, so we will see. Is this going to pack everybody up now? So is this drama? Suddenly, D-Mills is back on Jabelson's bumper. Cats Be Kidding Me is there. So how's this staggered start going out? We were talking actually about how we actually do the process for a lag out on a red flag, and it looks like this is what we're going to be doing. I was not a part of those discussions if they happened, but here we are. So, drama here at Thunder Creek. 8.5 minutes to go. Staggered start. Jeff's got the cinematic shot. Pancake's got the flaming helmet. As Deacon is staggering them manually. Yep. So Deacon has taken, he has taken itinerary on, taken the inventory on where everybody's gaps are. And we are underway as Jabelson maintains his few second lead. D-Mills in second. Then we have Cats Be Kidding Me in third. Zaya hunting him down in fourth. And Brendan holding on to the top 5 position. The battle on your screen between Cats Be Kidding Me and Zaya here. This is the battle to watch on track. Zaya trying to salvage whatever points he can. Jake trying to hold on to another podium finish. Jake, Cats Be Kidding Me, another driver who's been looking to get a win in this season. Unfortunately, Jabelson and Zaya have basically been hoarding all those, but Cats Be Kidding Me has been super, super consistent. 3 second places, 1 third place finish out of 7 races. He has been very much consistent. He is going to be very much battling with D-Mills for that 3rd place spot in the standings. But Zaya hunting him down, trying desperately to get those points, Deacon, as we are down to, I'm assuming, about 8 minutes to go, if you want to explain the situation for us. Is Deacon there? Am I connected? I don't even know. Okay, you can hear me. We can't hear Deacon for some reason. Deacon, Earth to Deacon. All right, well, I guess I'm now solo commentating this race. Deacon, try disconnecting and reconnecting from the party if we can't hear him. Unless Jeff can hear him. I don't know what's going on. All right, Deacon, you might want to reconnect to the party. Meanwhile, it is still... Yeah, Jab has made a mistake here. That gap has gone down to about 2 seconds. So I say, if Jab wins this race, don't count out D-Mills here. He is hunting him down. D-Mills is hungry for it as Zaya is going through this rhythm section. He's going to have the inside. He's going to block off the inside from Jake. And Zaya is now in third. And if you're Javelson, you just made that small mistake to give D-Mills hope in this race. You don't want to choke it away now. It's still about a 3-second gap here for Javelson. As Darian now has got life. He wants this win. He wants this win badly. We've been talking to him at the end of these races in our podium interviews. What he's got to do to clutch up, what he's got to do to get it done. He's been running laps. He's been looking at it, but Javelson, in the limited time that he's been able to practice, he is now looking like he's got this track down. But as we said, it looked like he made a mistake. Maybe he just lost time somewhere. He was just slow. Who knows? But right now, Javelson still holding on to this top spot. Zaya trying to pull away here from Casby Kinby. He's going to be looking to hunt D-Mills 4-second spot, which if you're Zaya, is really the best you can almost hope for. I mean, I say that they're not that far away from Javelson. This race is not over as Zaya makes a mistake in that rhythm section. So now Casby Kinby is going to be looking to get that third place spot back as Zaya, not the best run out of the, really at the end of this lap at all. Casby Kinby back in this podium fight, and Zaya now just trying to look for anything he can get here. If he can get second place, that is a huge win for him considering how this race started. I'm assuming we're going to about 8.5 minutes into this. I don't know how many laps that's going to be. Deacon is still not talking. I don't know what's going on. Jeff, am I the only person on the broadcast right now? Deacon, if you can hear me, you might want to... Yeah, hold on. I'm going to try to do this. We are doing this live. Jeff, if you want to commentate, try to... All right, well, fair enough. So, I'm going to add Deacon here. We are doing this live, ladies and gentlemen. Nuked is giving us the kick W face in our Discord chat. You'll love to see it. We are having a great time here. Zaya is still holding on to third. Jake in fourth. Brendan is fifth. And his camera stopped. There we go. Has the gap between Javelson and D-Mills moved? Let's get a look at that battle really quick here. It sure has. Here we go. Javelson made another mistake, and now D-Mills is smelling blood in the water. Here we go. I don't know how much time is left. I don't know how many laps we're doing. We are racing to some amount of time. I'm guessing it's 12 or 11 minutes plus a lap. I have to guess. Somebody had to count time. D-Mills to the inside, trying to hold on as they are going to try to triple. D-Mills is going to let off, go the sort of tabletop line here. What's up? Okay, we're going to do this.
Hello?
Hello, Deacon is back.
All right. After
Deacon, take it away.
After an event-filled intermission there of getting the guys going back, first time that we've done a staggered start in that exact fashion, but I think it worked out well. But we don't have any time to talk about the staggered start because we have battles on track right now. D-Mills NY is only a second off of your leader, Jabelston. Zaya moved into third, but then after a couple of mistakes has brought Cat to be kidding me in fourth, right back into it. Brendan still holds down fifth. Barry Barrows is in sixth. We unfortunately lost the Venom fallacy in the middle of all that. He had to leave, and so his Spartan is still in the game here with us so that we don't have a random joining, but he is no longer participating. He will be a DNF here in the red armor. Unfortunate for him as he's battling to hopefully get close to the top 3 in points by the time all is said and done. But right now, getting closer is D-Mills NY right on the back of your leader, Jabbleston. Kitty is still using this outside in this off-cambered berm to his advantage to try to make his way up the inside. I like that line right there. Hopping back up onto the left side of the rollers there after he takes his line in the off-camber. But D-Mills is all over the back of Jabbleston battling for this race victory. It could be his first for D-Mills of the series after being the championship favorite coming into the season. But Jab right now is trying to make it 5 wins on the season and solidify himself at the top of the leaderboards, make it so that nobody else can challenge him, Opix.
Yep. And how much time are we going to, by the way? We should probably get the context.
Yeah,
here.
let's let everyone know what's going on. So these guys are going to 11 minutes at the bottom right plus 1 lap. So just about a minute plus a lap to go for Jabbleston out front. Zaya has carved a little bit of time into those top 2, and he's bringing the cat to be kidding me with him. I keep saying the cat to be kidding me. He's bringing the cat. He's bringing the kitty with him. But Jab has
meow.
I'm going to disregard that part. Jab has just about a minute plus a lap to go here to hold on for his 5th victory of the season. D-Mills applying all of the pressure. I don't think these guys will get up to lappers because it's going to be 2 to go when Jab crosses the line right here. But a mistake from any of these lapped racers could come into play for this victory as well. Nothing in it between Jabbleston and D-Mills NY with 2 laps to go here. They'll be ending on 9 at the bottom right. Zaya is right there. If these guys make a mistake, it could still be 4 in a row for Zaya. Look at the charge that he's putting on. He is not done yet, but he's not going to have enough time, save for a mistake from your top 2. D-Mills is right there on Jab. The battle for the lead here at race number 8.
We talked about it. This was a crucial race. This is the biggest race of the season, and it is high pressure.
Oh, man, and there's a 3-way fight. There's a 3-way fight in front of them between some lappers. Coop is just going to stay in the gap there between the jumps, not get in the way of any of these guys. Smart maneuver there from Coop Boop as Cat to be kidding me jumps over top of him as well. Brendan's not going to be far behind, but look at this, still a battle between Dom and Mr. Piss. They're having their own battle as this battle for the lead is right here. D-Mills almost through the front door there, applying the pressure. He's got about 2 sections plus 1 lap to go. Can he make the pass to make it his first main event victory? Already putting his wheel up the inside there. Shows him the wheel again. To the inside, a little bit aggressive right there, showing him the wheel one more time. Just contact corner after corner. 1 lap to go here at race number 8. Can Jab hold it on for his 5th win of the season? There's D-Mills up the inside. The lappers get out of the way. Good job from those guys. Here we are on the final lap. D-Mills cuts to the inside. If he can clear the double right here, that could be the pass for the race victory. He makes it happen. Up the inside, over the over-under. The racer in purple has made his way up into first, but Jab trying to cut his way to the inside right here. Does he go for the pass immediately right away? D-Mills left him the room, side by side, into the whoop section they go. Who's going to get the better exit? D-Mills holds it strong. He's going to have inside control here as well. He has half a lap to go. Jab trying to just put pressure and pressure every corner here. You got to tuck in on this corner. You got to get the triple out of the corner. Looks like D-Mills got it a little bit cleaner. Taps the back tires right there. Oh, man, you're feeling the nerves if you're the race leader right now, trying to get your first HT Supercross Next victory, but Jab has been here before, to the inside, side by side, a little mistake from D-Mills NY. They both choose to go inside. Could that be the maneuver that D-Mills needs to hold on for the victory here? They both case, but D-Mills gets it a little better, and he's going to hold it on. Here's Zaya and the inside. All of your top 4 in frame here, but it's D-Mills NY out of New York getting the main event victory for the first time in HT Supercross Next in front of Jabbleston, Cat to be kidding me, and Zaya. Make it Zaya in 3rd in front of Kitty, Brendan in 5th. Dom and Mr. Piss, those guys are a lap down. This is not a battle behind those guys. Barry is going to cross the line in 6th. And Coop Boop a lap down off of those guys. Gonna be Spider behind them and a huge gap back to the rest of the field. A final lap for the ages right there. D-Mills cuts down on the corner out to the finish line, makes his way up the inside and is able to complete the pass. And that is the pass for the race victory and his first HT Supercross Next victory.
He was looking for that win. We thought he was going to be a contender for this championship. It looks like he's really at best going to get 3rd, and he's going to help his case to get 3rd in this championship as D-Mills NY, Anthony for 3, bang, gets his first win in HTSX Supercross Next.
the rest of your competitors
What a
finishing
race.
up their final laps right there. I couldn't believe when I looked back after that mistake, Zaya clearly not going to be happy with that third place finish as he left the
Zaya
game
is
there.
on the ground. He is distraught.
Hopefully we'll be able to get an interview from the winner of the last 3 races, but it's D Mills NY holding it on, making the pass on the final lap to get into the lead in front of Jabbleston. We will be hearing from your top 3 podium finishers hopefully here in just a moment.
This is what we came for. The start of something new is on the rise. You'll see just what we're made of. Watch the revolution come alive. This is our world. This is our time. Can't stop us now. We have arrived. We have arrived. It's all here and right now. Get ready, 'cause the future's on its way. We're about to take it over. So are you ready? Are you ready? This is our world. This is our time. Can't stop us now. We have arrived. We have arrived. We have arrived. We have arrived.
Up here on the podium for our post-race interviews here, race number 8, Thunder Creek, a racetrack and an event that brought twists and turns at every moment, probably the craziest event that we've ever had to get through, at least in this series, in recent history of any of our series that I can remember. We had staggered starts, we had maps disappearing, we figured it all out. Jab, you ended up second in that one, led for most of that race, and then on the final lap there, unfortunately surrendered that spot to D Mills, not without a fight up until the very last corner there, trying to put on the hard charge. A great race from you. Obviously, we know you're disappointed to not leave this one with 25 points, which you've done multiple times this season. Take us through the mindset on the final lap there after Darian had gotten that pass to the inside.
I can't be mad about that one. That was, I mean, the staggered start kind of just threw me off. I was so locked in, and then that's tough, and that's kind of like the mental side. Like, you gotta power through things like that, and I think just on the last couple laps, the last like 3 laps, the event had kind of dragged on, and I had kind of lost that focus, and just started making some mistakes on the rhythm that I didn't really know what I was doing, and don't know what I was doing wrong. But yeah, I'm like leading the whole thing, and then Darian coming back at the end. Like, it is what it is. I can't be too upset about that. Like, we'll see how it all shakes out the last 2 weeks, but that was fun, so I can't be mad.
Yeah, certainly. I think one of the most fun, if not the most fun race we've seen this season, especially with all the twists and turns. That is a finish. Unfortunately for you, that is definitely a finish I think we can all, enjoy and be entertained with. But Jab, there is solace there because Zaya obviously had only the 3rd place finish. So in terms of the championship, it's at very least a push, and it really just helps you still. You still have quite the advantage now going into these final 2 races and the drop races. So what do you take in terms of the championship after tonight?
I think as long as I finish on the podium in these last 2, should be good. So, I mean, I think even like top 4, if I'm doing the math right. I haven't looked at it too much. I'll have to double check after tonight,
Yeah.
but
We're definitely going to have
obviously
to do the
getting
math. on that.
Yeah, getting the first 4 kind of just put me in such a comfortable spot, and I have that 7th to replace. So I mean, even if I do get a 4th or whatever, I mean, 4th would be my worst finish if I drop that 7th and manage to get a 4th. So I think we're okay, but you never know. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to attend all the races so far, so hopefully I can make it to the last 2 and work doesn't creep in or anything like that, and take it home. But yeah,
Jab,
congrats to
you were
Darian as well. That was awesome.
Yes, a big congrats to the man, Demos NY, that we'll speak to in just a moment. Jab, you're able to stop the bleeding there from a points perspective. Sorry about that. I needed to cough. From a points perspective, stopping the bleeding, getting 2 points up on Zay in this race could be huge by the time the last couple of weeks come and go. So congratulations. That is your 6th podium of the season, keeping you out front in front of Zaya, who has 5. So 6 podiums, leads the field here in HTSX Next. Congrats on that 2nd place finish. We know you wanted the win, but a great fight between you and D-Mills, and we'll see you next week at race number 9.
Absolutely. Thanks for hosting, fellas, and thanks for, again, making this another fun Tuesday night.
Thank you, Jab. And we're here now with D-Mills NY, first place finisher here in HT Supercross Next, race number 8 at Thunder Creek. D-Mills, we saw that pass being set up. Did you know in your mind that that's the spot that you wanted to pick out, or were you just taking the race as it came to you?
I was actually thinking more towards the first rhythm after the tabletop. He was messing up a lot there. I thought that might have been my opportunity to catch him out, but really anywhere on the track, I knew I just had to wait for the mistake and capitalize. And luckily, it came to me very late, and I was able to execute.
Darian, you've been hunting this win for a really long time. Congrats, dude. What is your mindset? Because obviously that was just a chaotic race. 2 red flags and lagouts, having to do the staggered start for the first time ever in this season. Jab was talking about the mindset and how he struggled to keep his rhythm after the restart. What did you do that helped you stay locked in through just the chaos of the night?
I had my line and I stuck to it the whole race. I felt pretty good about it. Again, with the consistency, I wasn't necessarily taking the fastest line on track, but I knew that I wasn't going to make many major mistakes. And honestly, I made way more mistakes this race than I would have liked. I think if it wasn't for the restart, I would have had a hell of a lot of a hard time to catch Jab again. But the pieces fell, and I was able to capitalize yet again. It feels good. It's tough to beat guys like Jab, especially, he's been clicking on all cylinders all season. So definitely next level. And you got to be next level to win a race like this in a series like this, honestly.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
one more thing, Deacon, before I hand it off to you. Everybody in chat and everybody in this VC, say it with me. Anthony for 3. Bang!
An absolutely electric final lap there, as we saw not only the pass after the finish line going into that first rhythm, but then Jab trying to make his way up the inside in the sand section there. It was trading mistakes on that final lap. It was trying to keep all the nerves together. Ultimately, Jab went with you to the inside in that last rhythm, and I was wondering, you have the setup on the inside there. I was thinking in the moment, it's hard to make that choice. Maybe if Jab goes outside, things play out differently and you have to defend in a different way. But I'm kind of curious because everyone's talking about Zaya, and for good reason, has won 3 of the last 4 now, 3 leading up into this race. And of course, Jab with the opening 4 victories. But you're right between those guys on the leaderboard after this, and no one's really talking about D-Mills. So are you still in this championship hunt? We know for sure. I mean, what's stopping you from holding on to the 2nd place in front of Zaya right now? So what's your mentality going into the last couple of races? What's your aim? What's the goal?
Obviously, I'm going to give it everything I have these last 2 races, and hopefully if things go my way, I can win out. and try to keep my name in the championship picture for sure. It may look a little bleak, but you just have to keep winning, keep looking forward. And you're right, not a lot of people have been talking about me this season. Even though I finished on the podium, just as many times as everyone else. So hopefully after this week, I'll get a little bit of recognition, a little bit more respect, and I can come out swinging and going full bore next week to try to get another W.
Everyone is on watch now after D-Mills NY takes the victory on the final lap, an electric final lap takes the victory here in race number 8, Thunder Creek. We'll see if he can back it up with 1 and maybe 2 more victories to close out the season. 2 more races to go here in our inaugural season. Congrats, D-Mills. Go celebrate that victory, and we'll see you guys back here next week. So that is going to be... Oh, did you end it? That's fine if it is. Oh, we're still going. All right. So just closing remarks here from me. Again, this is Pancake, otherwise known as Deacon. Thank you guys all for watching. Sorry for some of the crazy intermissions that we had to have there with all the red flags and getting things figured out. But all in all, we were able to get it. 25 points on the board for D-Mills, and the finish counts just as much as any other finish, even though it was a crazy way to get there. So we're going to close this one up quick since we're already here at the turn of the hour. But from myself, from Opix, from Le Jefe, from all of your competitors, thank you for watching another HTSX race, and we will see you next week at race number 9.